Yeah, I know it's windy. And I said, I'm gonna back up a little bit here. Come on, back up a little bit more. Maybe you can see that refraction line, diffraction line, whatever you want to call it. For crying out loud, there's something going on out there that you can't put numbers to. But people always say, yeah, you know, science got it all figured out with mathematics. We can figure it all out with mathematics, man. We got the world figured out, man, and we evolved from monkeys. We got it all figured out with mathematics. Yep, monkeys did it. Send some monkeys your way to solve all that problem. I don't have my filter on here either. Almost looks like I do, and I don't have my compensation turned on, I don't think. I'll follow it though. He looks like he's coming toward me. Way down south. I got the light from the sun beaming me in my eye, so I can't even tell if I'm on a decent focus or not. Okay, I sped this up 4 times. Sorry, global zealots, if I insulted you in any way. But I'm waiting for one of these scientists to grow some balls and come out and speak some truth about this so-called stupid-ass refraction that they say that's lifting shit up over the curvature of Earth, when I clearly see that my videos and my observations are showing quite the opposite. Things get pulled down, get stretched down, they get compressed, stretched, mashed into this mirroring surface, this mirage surface. And if you can't see it, then I'd suggest that you go out and get yourself some glasses, get yourself a camera, and go out and do some of your own observations and see if you come up with the same thing. Now I'm going to be going through some days here, and this was one day. Now I'm going to compare it to another day in this next part. But before that, I'm going to let you watch and hear some of my original audio and give you some distances. All right? So keep an eye out here. Some other boats coming out here. Let's see if I can find them. Wow, look at that.
Bill Watts rack right there. Or Billy Steele's. Huh? Boy, it's all screwed up.
All right, now, you can obviously see something definitely going on with this. Now, does this look like great visibility to you? It does not to me. Things are getting cut off. The lower hulls of the boat seem to be appearing to be cut off. You can actually see the mirroring going on this water. And these boats are on the water, and the mirroring effect is occurring. Now, in some of this, I've got some bad focus, but you can still clearly see this mirroring effect occurring. Now, when I compare this to a good day of visibility, there is a big difference. And not only does the boats literally get smaller and smaller, they are clearly seen, and somebody's going to tell me that I can clearly see something caused by refraction pulling it up over the curvature of Earth. To me, that's all bullshit. So think about it, people. Use that mind of yours that you got given, and use that common sense that you can't teach. You either got it or you don't. So think about it and pay attention.
Yeah, here we go.
Now, this particular day, I did about 2 hours of observations um, before the appearance of a sunset, and I mean an appearance of a sunset, no more, no less. But you'll see that there's things that you can see that you will not see later on. Or I kind of fast forward it so you might not quite see it, but it's there, it's visible, and you can tell that it's actually there. Especially the Bayport bird rack, it's obviously clearly seeing no refraction is pulling that shit up.
I hope the wind don't change on me here. Damn it. Touchy ass thing. So if that's the edge, how come these other boats are a lot smaller? Wow, you can still see the ass end of that boat in the water. Looky there, looky there. This must be one of them days of good visibility, because the sunlight is being blocked. See? Look at them crepuscular rays.
Now, like I said, I got about 2 hours of this filming, and I'd like to really just post the whole 2 hours. You know, and if I get a request by enough people, I would post the whole 2 hours and show you how during this whole time I watched it go from great visibility into this mirroring effect, and it slowly, gradually got worse and worse and worse, and eventually you'll see at the end of the video how much difference this horizon changed due to the downward refraction. Everything gets pulled down, including the sun, into its own reflection, just like some of these boats here. It's no longer reflecting. Right now it's not reflecting, but here later on I will show you how this all reflects. And these boats get so small that you just can't even the camera is not going to be able to resolve them anymore, because the angular resolution is just beyond the camera's capability. And this is an 83 times zoom capability on this camera, with a 2000 millimeter zoom focus on it. So, you know, when I'm out here doing these observations and I see these boats on this, what appears to be the same waterline, and it is the same waterline, but these closer waves are being resolved by my camera, which is blocking out the boat. So what's being above the visible waterline is the real boat, and the closer waves are what's getting resolved by the camera, slowly blocking out the lower hulls of the boat. And, you know, no bird brain, monkey, evolutionist, globalist scientist is going to tell me what I'm seeing. And none of you trolls that come on my channel that want to tell me, oh, it's a upper layer inversion, or, you know, it's an inversion layer. You know, you guys just pull legs and try to make us look stupid. But you know what? I can let my observational videos speak for themselves. Now watch this boat right here too. This boat is just putting along. And actually, this is when I skipped over a couple of videos because I really didn't want to make this really long. And it's long anyhow as it is. But, you know, hey, you know, like I said, if people don't want to watch these long observational videos and learn from them, hey, by all means, you know, go to another channel and watch some little, you know, global flick on the ISS or something, you know, where they lie to you and tell you that these guys are really in space and flying around, when originally, you know, when they first went to the moon, they were wearing this little flimsy ass spacesuit to land on the moon. But now they got to have this huge spacesuit, huge helmet, and they look like this monster in this machine, or whatever you want to call it, astronaut outfit. It's all bullshit, and people ought to think about that, and even just take their cell phone and look at it, and it has more technology in it than what they had in that lunar rover and the lunar module lander, the lunar lander going to the moon. You know, so, you know, ask your phone, you know, about something, and it knows more about shit than you do. Why? Because it's all tied into a bullshit computer that will feed you bullshit when you ask for bullshit. It will give you the bullshit lines that we've all been fed for many years, and people buy it. They eat it up. They eat it up like candy. They like to be lied to, apparently, because we've been lied to for so long. The lies just blend right in, and it just looks like truth to everybody. But when you really go out and you start doing your own observations, you start questioning things. And when you question one thing leads to another thing to question. And before you know it, you got this long line of lists, or this long list of shit that you say, I'm going to question. Now watch his boat. He gets up on plane, and all of a sudden you can see his wave. Now if you watch in the background, you'll see some boats, and you'll also see that these boats are distorted. but you'll also see that these waves will block out that boat. Look at that. The waves that are getting resolved are blocking out the farther boat. Look at that. Boom. Blocks it right out. So as that boat gets further and further out there, those little tiny waves actually are blocking out the lower ends of the boat, the lower hulls. This stuff blocks out buildings, land, everything, because it is a mirror. It is a mirror mirroring the sky, and also the light distortion. Light distorts things. You might not even think about it being light, but the light is always there. Um, I mean, even at night, you got light. You go out in the middle of the darkest woods and you can still see shit. So, light is there. We can always see, whether it be starlight, moonlight, there's always some kind of light out there, and that light can cause distortions on far off objects. Now, I'm going to speed this video up here, I think 5 times faster, just to make it go much quicker. Or actually, wait a minute here. No, I left this at the right speed because I wanted to show you how bad this mirroring has begun, or this miraging has begun, and it's downward refraction. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Now you see on my good visibility days that you can see these bird racks, and they are in perfect condition. You can pretty much see how well they look. Now look at this boat now. When earlier I was having nice boats, you could see them clear as day. Now look at it. Just within an hour, this stuff started happening. And I'm catching it on film, and I'm saying, oh my goodness, this is Billy Steele's rack. And look, everything's pulled downward. You cannot see the whole rack, and it's distorted on top of it. And here comes, there was Bill Watts. Bill Watts is 3.5 miles away. And here it is, all distorted, or all stretched out, pulled down. It compresses things. So you're getting compressed and pulled down into the mirror right here, when earlier I had nice boats coming out of here, plain as day. So to you as a viewer, now what looks more like refraction? This, or when I was having the nice clear boats? I mean, you got clear boats out there that you can see things very clearly. It tells you got great visibility. And then all of a sudden this shit happens, and it basically tells me that something is occurring out there, and it's this mirroring effect, miraging effect, the distortion, the compression, the stretching. It all occurs, and it's all kinds of different effects. It ain't just one. So you can't just say it's one effect causing everything. It's multiple effects that causes this distortion, this downward refraction, pulling down of the boats, cutting them off. There went Bill Watts' rack again. And I think I'm going to catch Billy Steele in here again. Let's see. Actually, I think I stop at Billy Steele, and then I'm going to speed it up again. Yeah, this is Billy Steele, and this is like 7.78 miles away. And look what happened to it. Boom. You can see that it got dragged down. Not dragged up, it got dragged down, literally dragged down in the water. Dragged down into that mirror. So, I've learned a lot from my own observations. And again, I'm not going to let some bird brain globalist scientist try to bullshit me and con artist me into believing that this stuff is actually being pulled up due to a refraction, when I can clearly see that things are getting pulled down. Now, these bird brain globalists, not only do they think that we evolved from monkeys, but they speak like parrots. They talk like a bunch of parrots because they regurgitate, repeat everything that they've been taught. So sometimes I don't blame it on them, because they believe that it was truth. They believe that they were taught truth. Now look how much even the sunlight's getting blocked out by these clouds. Now this is the kicker. See the mirroring? You can see that green sign being mirrored underneath it. You can see the bird rack being mirrored underneath it. Now this thing normally has 7 slots across it, 7 horizontal boards that cut across it. Now you basically don't see that many boards anymore. Why? Because it's all getting drugged down into itself. It's getting compressed and then mirrored underneath it. So it's not only compression, but it's also mirroring. So again, I'm not going to let some bird brain scientist try to bullshit me into believing their horseshit. Okay, plain and simple. Now I sped this up too, just to show you that you see the lights on this. I've got plenty of videos where I've got every rack out there that I can visibly see with my eyes, with the lights coming on and flashing. So, when somebody says that my cell phone footage where I've had it down at the edge of the water was just the light refracting up, it's bullcrap. Because if I can get them with my camera all visible, showing above the water, and they're clear as day, come on, people. You got to have some sense. You got to have some common sense. You really should wake up, because what you've been fed your whole life has really been kind of a bunch of crap. They want you to believe it because they do want to control your mind. They want to control your thoughts. They already control your education to make you believe this stuff. Now, I'm going to show you that this is Bayport bird rack, and you can obviously see it's Bayport bird rack. And here I took a picture that I'm going to put up here that you can visually see, and you can pay attention to that. Here it is, and you see that post to the right of it, and in that video that you just seen, that post was gone. It was pulled down, it was dragged down into that mirror. All right, people, I've said enough. Like, subscribe, and share. Use this video if you like.